saw. I went to Ace and got a handful of different size springs, and one of them managed to fit underneath that little blue button, and it worked perfectly. It is a little long though, so the button doesn't depress to let the blade out as easy, but that's okay. That's a minor thing. I don't really anticipate replacing the blade. The handle maybe, but not the blade. And of course some electrical tape to make sure the handle doesn't splay apart again. So here's a little quick inventory of tools. This is a little Grizzly sharpening system, kind of like a Tormac, only much cheaper. It does the job. Not bad for the money. There is a Delta 1-inch belt saw, sander, I'm sorry, and it's got a little disc on the side. I never use those discs, but they do come in handy every now and again. And it's a good little unit. There's a fish mortiser. That's an awesome unit. And here's a Cummins tool, 6-inch belt sander, and arm there will flop down horizontal or vertical. It also has a 9-inch wheel. It's not that great, but it has problems tracking, but once you get it, you get it. But it was cheap. I got that many years ago. Still going. And let's see, there's one of their 6-inch grinders, bench grinder. I haven't had a 6-inch bench grinder yet that has enough power for me. You can wear it down pretty easy. A DeWalt 12-inch chop saw, dual bevel. I'd like to downsize that a little bit to a 10-inch with a sliding unit. So that may be up for sale shortly. And of course it's sitting on their stand, which is really nice. And of course you've seen the recent acquisition of the Supermax drum sander. It's awesome. And of course you probably, well, I'm not going to show you the table saw, it's a mess. And some other things, the bandsaw is under wraps along with a planer. And the scroll saw. The dust collector is a Harbor Freight model, 1 horsepower, which they don't have anymore. That's proved to be an awesome little unit. I would have upgraded to the 2 horsepower, except it's only available on 110. This you can do dual voltage, either 110 or 220. I've got it at 220. And they're actually got very good, one of the highest specs compared to the competitors. It works great hooked directly up to a machine, but if you start introducing shop piping, you need something more than 1 horsepower. And of course I added the Veritas Cyclone on the trash can, which gets emptied a lot more than the bag. And I've also upgraded the bag. The top bag is like a, I don't know, 1 micron bag. It catches every little particle. So I think that's probably it for the machines. Oops, here's a couple at the other end of the shop we can go look at for a minute. Drill press from Ollie's. They were going for like 160 bucks or something, and I got this one for 80. I beat the manager up pretty good, and that's proved to be a neat little unit. It's got like 16 speeds and whatever. And of course another recent acquisition was the Husky air compressor. Maybe a little bit overkill for the shop, but I wanted the capability to run air tools for automotive too. But just for a wood shop you can get away with a lot less. So I think that's probably it for the machines. Pegboard is a wonderful thing. It saves all of your flat surfaces. Next to the workbench is this pegboard with most commonly used items I might use on the bench. And for the table saw, I've got right next to it all the goodies and accoutrements you need for the table saw. Push sticks, miter gauges, some various measuring instruments, etc. and I'm still organizing a bit. This one's kind of off by itself, so to speak. So some less often used tools are here, and it's not very populated. And over the workbench itself with the grinding and sharpening, there's some more less often used tools, some backup tools, a third saw, yet another set of chisels. That's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 sets. I got them scattered around. All the sharpening gear right next to the sharpening station, which I really like to get that off the flat surface. These old ignition cabinets from when I was a mechanic, these are wonderful. They are easy to hang, and of course got all my biscuit supplies, sandpaper, brushes, and little Dremel kit there. A few other goodies in there. The other one houses a lot of router stuff, bits, and some odd things, grinder and nails for the guns. And this unit here is a Harbor Freight unit. I got this for like 35 bucks. I see there's 70 bucks now. But there's more sanding supplies, bio suits, brushes, wire brushes, gloves, and a few other things that are in kits. Some various drill bits, planer, hole saws, etc., etc., etc. So that saves flat surfaces too, and since they're enclosed, they stay dust free, which is a good thing, because right now I need to blow this entire shop out, and I'm not very sure.